This is ML Spanky here. We're going to do a little something different today. We're going to talk about something that is, well, why a lot of men are choosing to be red pilled. I hate that term, but everyone knows what it is by now, and seem to be going their own way and don't want to be in relationships, and why they suck nowadays. And also going to give some hope because there is hope. So, first, just going to get right to it. The red pill, for those who don't know what it is, basically is just seeing the truth behind women. That a lot of the times they marry for status, money, security, someone who can raise their kids. But that's never the person that they're getting freaky with. You know what I mean? They're always looking for that, that bad boy. At the end of the day, that's why no one dates super nice girls and no one dates super nice guys. It sends something off in your brain. And when you meet someone that's overly nice, something ain't right with that, right? It's like naturally our brains are like, yo, what's this person like when they snap? And if you think about it, I'll give you a perfect example. Chris Watts, he was the most amazing husband by anyone who's ever met him, and he's never yelled or screamed or anything in his life. And then eventually he snaps and he just kills his whole family. As an extreme example, but it's what it is. You're too nice. It's weird. We all have things that trigger us, and we got a good and a bad side. And those who that's why it's that's another reason why this came from a woman that they're more attracted is because those men embrace their demons. They are aware of them. They don't run from them. They don't hide from them. They accept their demons for what they are and they try to contain them. And they deal with that battle. And they are their own person. They just believe what they believe and they are who they are and there is no changing them. You know, those are the type of those are the type of guy guys that women want to sleep with. Those guys don't always have the nicest houses or the nicest cars or the best way to provide or you know maybe they don't want to have extra kids and you already have two kids. Maybe they want to have kids of their own and just their own. That way there's no animosity in the house if they're like that or something. I mean, me personally, I think there's only one person that I would have had kids with, and that's for the hope part. But yeah, that's really it. It's just noticing that you're taking advantage of a lot. I mean, think about most of your relationships as men, especially now we have social media, and social media and dating apps make cheating so much easier, and it's all about looks. And the thing is women date up, men they date down. They don't care. So the problem is you get someone who's a 5, and she just keeps getting railed out on Tinder by all these hot ass dudes, and then they stop talking to her. So now she thinks she's a 7 or an 8. So she's looking for a 7 or an 8, and she's a 5. This is not how it works. Like sometimes you get lucky. Like me, I'm decent looking, right? Like I'm not the ugliest thing in the world, but I'm definitely not hot as shit. And then I get, at the end of the day, one of the most beautiful girl, the most beautiful girl I've ever been with, and that's just on her outside. And then who she was as a person took that miles away. Like it was amazing. That goes with the hope. And so I'm getting off topic again. That's just it. It's just that all relationships suck. You always get cheated on. The idea is you wanna not be so bitter, so you're using them before they're using you, because you don't really want to retaliate, but you want to do things your own way, do things for yourself, do things for you, make everything about you and what you want in life and what goals you have and what you want to do and what you want to be, you know. That's pretty much what the red pill is all about. And a lot of it's right. I mean, at the end of the day, the only reason I've like looked into it is because I kind of thought it was outrageous, like why do all these men hate women? But I mean, it does make sense. Every one of my relationships have been cheated on except one, and I'm sure you can guess who that is. But everybody else, they were cheating. And that's just the way it is. You know. I cheated once when I was really young, back in my early high school days, and that's it. I mean, It was one time with, well, it wasn't one time. It was with one person multiple times, but she was the girl I lost my virginity to, and at the time we were young kids, so she was playing mind games. But at the end of the day, we were just kids, so you know we all grow up and we all learn from those experiences. And I would never cheat, but I've been cheated on by everyone except one, and you know, it's just the reality of it, and it's always a game too. Because in the beginning, you can't show that you're this kind-hearted. Like you gotta have this wall up, and you gotta make that wonder so much about you. You know, like who are you? Like what what makes you different? Like what'd you go through? Like what did you see in life? Like what changed you? Like what made you this way? You know what I'm saying? You want to leave all that shit out of there because that's what keeps them interested. That's part of the game. That's part of the process. I guess I switched over to people who are looking to date, and is it still worth it or not? Right? That's it. Is the red pill better, and is dating still worth it? That was, the title's gonna be something like that. I just haven't figured out how I'm gonna word it yet. But relationships, for the most part, aren't gonna end it the way you think it is. You're not gonna get that white picket fence. Just, you know, the term beta male, just some a simp, things which are words they can't be used after a certain time. So, a good thing I'm uploading this video before then. But yeah, it's someone who basically worships an ideal of women, you know? Like they're the God's God's gift to earth, like they're more important than everything else in the world. I'm not saying women aren't important because the happiest time in my life I was spent with a woman, so I would have to say that I would be quite a hypocrite if I were to say that, but I've had a lot of bad relationships and I've dealt with a lot of bullshit, especially when you have like money and things like that. Like you just get more, like yeah, you get more women, but none of them want to be with you. They just want what you have, or they just it's just how it is. It's sad, but it's the life, you know. Like women just take advantage and it happens a lot, but men ain't perfect either. Men cheat all the time too. So like, let's not be hypocrites here. Like relationships are just shitty. You wanna know why? Social media exists. At the end of the day, so is there hope out there? That's a hard question for me to answer time because you guys get bored after about 10 minutes. So I have to ramble on and try to make sure I fit everything in. And the truth is there can be hope out there for sure. I met one. I've only met one out of all the women I've been with. Actually, I met two, but the first one I was unable to love. I don't know why to this day. She was a great woman. I knew if I could have loved her that we would have spent our life together, but I couldn't. I don't know why. And yeah, she had a daughter. She was a really nice woman, and she cared for me when I didn't deserve it. And I'll always appreciate her for that, even though we don't talk. And um, yeah, she was she was always a good friend to me. And then Um, obviously the one in the picture right there, that beautiful girl, um, you know, one that I was ever lucky enough to be with, this beautiful girl right here, and her soul, man. That's what really made it so great was just she had the most beautiful soul that I ever came across, and I loved it. I loved being with her. I loved who she was, and she was my soulmate. Like we met like some shit straight out of the movies. Like if I told you watched my raw emotions video, you'd understand that like our relationship was different. Like like to give you an idea is most of them suck, and I don't know if there's more than one that's good because I've only experienced one good one. That one good one will always mean more to me than anything else I've ever experienced or will ever experience in my life because she showed me what love was, and I was able to do the same for her because she grew up with in very unfortunate circumstances, and I don't know if she ever really felt love or knew what love felt like, but I was able to show her, and she knew how to love, even though everybody hurt her, and it was so sad to watch. I would always have to be her protector because people would take advantage all the time, and I could see right through it, and I would just always protect her because she was special. She was gonna be the mother of my children. I never wanted to have kids. I never wanted to get married. I always said I'd be single forever. And I met that girl, and all that shit changed. It went right the fuck out the window. I got her a promise ring, and that I wear around my neck, and it's underneath my clothes. That way it stays by my heart. And the only reason it was an engagement ring is because I didn't have at least 1,000. I wanted to spend two, a minimum, but at least 1,000 is not so bad. And I was really looking, you know, that girl because I'll never forget it. All it took me to figure it out is the one day she was talking about moving to California. And I've always kind of been against it because it's really expensive to live there. And on top of it, it's just really expensive to live there. And I've never, like, I've visited a few places, but I've been in New York all my life. I got family here and shit that I'd all just have to leave behind. And so I was thinking about all that. And I thought about my life. And I thought about it with her, and I thought about going to Cali. I thought about going to Florida. I thought about going pretty much everywhere. And I smiled the whole time. And I thought about my life without her, and it felt meaningless. So there's this hope, though, not to take it off. I mean, at the end of the day, did this break me losing her? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But was she the best thing that's ever happened to me? Oh, no doubt, by a mile. She showed me things that I am lucky to have experienced, and most people probably won't ever experience in their life. She gave me love that was unconditional, love that I didn't deserve. My family loved her. They all called her daughter. You know, Dad tells everyone that he lost his fiance to COVID. You know, and we all loved her. She was part of the family, and it was so hard to convince her that she was worth it. I don't know. I hate so many people for what they did to her over the course of her life because she'd still be here right now if it wasn't for them. She was just so hurt and in so much pain, and just she didn't know how. She just kept getting every friends, best friends, all at the same time, just fucking shit on her, and it was really really sad, and it destroyed her in the end. And COVID destroys everybody, because by our suicide rate. Way off topic there. We're not going to get into that. But COVID was, I know her death was not a suicide, but COVID caused a lot of depression for a lot of us because, we're used to everything things are supposed to be, and everyone was just shut down from everyone, and we're social creatures. So that was hard on a lot of people. And I'm sorry for all the losses that we've had when it comes to that subject. Did not mean to get on it though. So, would I date again? I don't know. I'd have to meet someone pretty fucking spectacular, but it's not out of the realm of the possibility, and I don't think it should be for either of you guys either. I just think you should stop searching for it. I think if you want a relationship that means anything, you gotta let it just happen. That person's gonna find you, you know, because when you guys find each other, there's gonna be this pull that you can't deny. It's gonna be there whether you like it or not. And sure, you're both gonna play the game, and you're gonna be wishy-washy, and or if one of you might have balls of steel and just say how you feel. You know, if it wasn't for Marissa, we wouldn't have said I love you for months because I knew I loved her, but I wasn't gonna say it that soon. That sounded crazy. I figured it out 3 days after knowing her. 3 days, I knew I loved her more than someone that I said that was the girl that got away. And had I been a different person, I would have spent the rest of my life with her. And no, that is not the second nice girl. Like that girl's just total waste of time. Okay, like, but if you told me back then that she wasn't it, I'd have told you you're fucking out your mind. Like, she loves me, I love her. Sure, we ain't perfect, but our love is conditional. It's 100% unconditional. Well, it was not even remotely close to that. I experienced 100% conditional love, and that shit is beautiful. That shit will make you so happy that you will be on cloud nine all of your fucking time, the whole time while you're together. And yes, sometimes you're gonna argue and you're gonna have your stupid agreements or whatever, but they're never gonna matter. You're never gonna be screaming in each other's faces. You're never gonna be like, once in a while, sure, everybody fights, you're around each other long enough, but for the most part, it's gonna be the easiest thing you ever fucking did. Why? Because they were made for you. They were meant to be there. So if you're red pilled and you're into that, that's cool. But you really don't need to hate women, man. Men suck also as well too. And I understand and appreciate that you're trying to help everybody out, but there's still people who want a relationship. And to say that there's just no hope anymore just isn't true. Like, it's definitely a lot harder, and it's definitely a lot more rare, and it's definitely not nearly as easy to find. But love is there, like real love, not just marriage or whatever bullshit, but like real, genuine, honest, loyal, down to earth, best you ever had in every single way possible. Sex, love, everything, no matter what, it was perfect. You can find that, but it's rare. So, that being said, do I think all men should be red pilled? I think you should have the knowledge so you can make the decision yourself and then go from there. But I also think people shouldn't be shamed for wanting to be in relationships. There's nothing wrong with it. We are fucking human, and up until very recently, that's kind of what everybody wanted. But females change their minds, and men have now changed their minds too because they're just sick of not getting what they thought they signed up for. And like I said, becoming bitter and almost vengeful and angry towards women. And I don't understand that part, and I don't know if I ever will. But like, cause we all suck too. At least like I can admit it. I don't understand when people act like they're just all high and mighty. Like, we're all pieces of shit. We're just doing our best not to be one. All right. I hope I said some things that made sense. I'm all Spanky here, and if these videos are something that you like, then yeah, please subscribe. This is totally new. I'm just giving it a shot and see how it goes. If not, I'm gonna go back to my usual content, which is drug addiction and dealing with loss. At the end of the day, all my socials will be in the description, but basically it's just all ML Spanky. My Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram is ML Spanky. It's the website / ML Spanky. So, and if you could sub, that'd be amazing because I need to hit 100 subs ASAP so I can, you know, celebrate 100 subs, I guess. Nah, there's actually a reason behind it. I don't want to say because some people then just take it. But I really do need 100 subs. But if you didn't find the content interesting or really didn't enjoy it or you could care less or you didn't benefit for anything or you thought it was all pointless, then don't fucking sub to me. Don't just do it just because I said so. But if I said anything that resonated with you and if you want me to keep this going, then for sure, because that's how I'm going to know that this is something that was positive and people wanted. And then I can break down more things, ask me questions. I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to women. Believe it or not, I've had my fair share, and you know, um, yeah. But ML Spanky signing out. I hope this was a good one.